There's something magical about growing your own avocado tree. Whether it's in your backyard or a large pot on the patio, that lush green canopy and the promise of creamy, homegrown avocados feels like the pinnacle of garden success. But not long ago, my avocado tree seemed to have stopped trying. The leaves had dulled, growth had slowed, and fruit, not a single one in sight. That's when I remembered an old gardening tip passed down by my grandmother. Something so simple, so ordinary, it came straight from the kitchen. And when I tried it, the results were nothing short of astonishing. 60 days ago, I poured a kitchen ingredient into the soil around my sad, underperforming avocado tree. I had no real expectations. Maybe it would help, maybe it wouldn't. But within just a couple of weeks, I noticed something different. The leaves perked up, the color deepened, and tiny buds began forming along the stems. By the end of the second month, my tree had transformed. It looked 5 years younger and more alive than ever. And yes, there were actual avocados starting to grow. So what was this mystery ingredient? It wasn't anything exotic or expensive. No secret superfoods, no specialty garden products. It was used coffee grounds. That's it. The same coffee grounds most people throw away every morning. Let me explain why they worked, how I applied them, and what to watch for if you decide to try this on your own avocado tree. Coffee grounds are a powerhouse in the garden, when used correctly. They're rich in nitrogen, one of the essential nutrients trees like avocados need to thrive. Nitrogen promotes lush foliage and supports the early stages of fruit development. But what really makes used coffee grounds valuable is their texture and microbial value. As they break down, they encourage beneficial microbes and earthworms to move into the area, improving soil structure and aeration. So, now, I didn't just dump the coffee grounds in a pile and hope for the best. I made sure to incorporate them gently into the top 2 inches of the soil, keeping them a few inches away from the trunk to avoid mold or rot. I watered deeply afterward, and repeated this process once a week for a month. That's all. I didn't mix it with fertilizer, compost, or mulch. Just straight used coffee grounds. Within the first 10 days, I noticed the soil seemed more moist between waterings. That's because coffee grounds can help retain water in sandy or well-draining soil, perfect for container-grown avocados like mine. Then came the worms. I saw more earthworm activity than ever before. They love coffee grounds, and their presence aerates the soil and brings even more nutrients to the roots. By day 20, my avocado tree looked rejuvenated. The limp leaves firmed up and gained a deeper green color, and by day 30, small blossoms began to form. I didn't expect much from a tree that hadn't flowered in over a year, but sure enough, some of those blossoms turned into tiny fruits. At 60 days, the results spoke for themselves. My tree was not just surviving, it was thriving. I had healthy fruit, vibrant foliage, and honestly, a visible boost in overall growth. No chemical fertilizers, no harsh treatments, just kitchen waste put to good use. Of course, there are a few things to keep in mind. Too much of a good thing can still cause problems. Coffee grounds are acidic, so if you're growing in already acidic soil, you'll want to monitor pH levels. I always recommend testing your soil first if you're unsure. Also, never apply thick, wet clumps of coffee grounds. Spread them thinly or mix lightly into compost before adding them to your garden. And while avocado trees love nitrogen, balance is key. After the first month, I cut back to applying grounds once every 2 weeks and added a thin layer of mulch to help the soil retain moisture. What's amazing is that this method doesn't just benefit avocado trees. Citrus, berries, roses, and even tomatoes can see real improvements when you use coffee grounds the right way. It's all about encouraging microbial life, improving soil texture, and feeding the plant naturally. So if your avocado tree has been struggling, if you've tried fertilizers, pruning, watering techniques, and still haven't seen results, consider looking to your kitchen instead of the garden center. Sometimes the best solutions are the ones we overlook because they seem too simple to work. That was my experience. And now I'd love to hear yours. Have you tried coffee grounds in your garden? What unexpected kitchen scraps have revived your plants? Drop a comment below and let's keep the natural gardening conversation growing. Because when it comes to gardening, nature has already given us everything we need. We just have to listen.